first we're going to start the chain. So in order to do that, you're going to hold your yarn like this and use your 2 fingers to twist it, grab it, pull it through, and then you get a loop. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Hold it like this, put your 2 fingers, twist it, grab it, pull it through, just like that. Then you're going to insert your yarn into the loop and then pull on the long string like this, and make sure to keep a little space here. Don't make it too tight. Now we're going to start chaining. So in order to do that, you're going to yarn over and then pull through the loop like that. Again, yarn over, pull through the loop, just like that. So you're going to continue this chain until it becomes 20 inches long. And you don't want to make it too tight. So as you can see, mine are pretty loose, and that's what you want. If you do it too tight, it's going to look like this. Just a minute. I'm going to make it tight. So as you can see, this is what you want. And if it looks like this, you're doing it too tight. The reason for this is because we're going to be working into these chains. And if you do it too tight, it will be hard to insert your hook between the stitches. So yeah, make sure to make them loose, and I'll see you when you get to 20 inches. So now we're going to check if it's 20 inches long. Yeah, it's pretty much good enough. I did 70 chains, but it may be more or less depending on your tension of your hook. So don't worry if it's more or less than 70. As long as it's 20 inches, you're good. Okay, so that was our first row, and going to our second row, we're going to be doing double crochets. So in order to do that, we're going to chain 2 extras. So 1, 2. So this is basically just going to be the edge, so it's going to be like this. So it's going to make a clean edge. And right now, it should look like this, and you're going to want to turn it to the other side. And if you look closely, there's like a lot of bumps. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see those bumps on the top? So that's where we're going to be working on. So we're going to count to the 3rd bump on the back. So over here you can see this is 1, 2, 3. So this is where we want to insert our hook. To do a double crochet, you're going to yarn over first and then insert your hook into the 3rd bump like this. So you're going to have 3 loops on your hook. So 1, 2, 3. And you're going to yarn over again and pull through 1. Still there's 3 loops. Yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops like this. Then you have 2 left. And then you're going to yarn over and then pull through the rest of them. And there you have a double crochet, this one right here. And in order to not lose where we started, so on your hook, this one right here, so these 2, can you see that? We're going to mark this beginning with a bobby pin, or you can use a stitch marker, but I prefer bobby pins because it's easier. So we're going to continue the double crochet all the way down. So again, we're going to work into the next bump, which is right here. So yarn over, insert your hook into the bump like this. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through 1. So there's 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. There we go. So that's the second one right there. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. Okay, so now let's continue again. Yarn over, insert into the next bump, which is this right here. Right here. Then you yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There you go. So now we have 3. So 1, 2, 3 stitches right here. Okay, so now continue it all the way down to the end, and I'll meet you on your last stitch. So now you got to your last stitch, you're gonna double crochet just like this. And then before we move on to the next row, you want to make sure to count your stitches. So over here, these two right here, that will be 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So you count all the way to where you put your bobby pin. So you include this one as well. And if it's the same number as the number of chains that you made at the beginning, then that means you didn't miss any stitches and you're all good. So after you finish counting, everything looks good, then we're going to go to the next row. So again, we're going to chain 2 on the edge like this. And right now your work should be on your right hand side. You're going to turn it to your left, just like this. So we can now start working like this. This row, we're going to be doing something called the double crochet back loops only. This is the easiest that I can explain it, but if you look at the top of your row over here, you can see there's 1, 2. So this is usually 1 stitch. So you would insert your hook here and then start doing whatever stitch you're doing. But for this one, we're going to be working on the back loop. So instead of going under both of them, you're just going to go under the one furthest from you. So in the back right here. So this one, this one, this one, all the way. So what that's going to look like for this one, we're going to work on the 3rd stitch from the chain. So 1, 2, 3rd stitch from the chain. Yarn over and insert into the back. So this one right here. Yarn over, pull through that loop. Yarn over, pull through the 2 of the loops. And then yarn over and pull through 2 of the loops right here. And then you're going to get another bobby pin and insert it right here. That's the 1st stitch. So it's basically the same as we did in the previous row. We're just going to be working in the back loop, so only this one. Insert, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, just like that. Okay, so now we're at the end of our first row where we put our bobby pin. So you're going to take that out, and you're going to yarn over, insert into the back loop right here. You're going to do a double crochet. If you're new to crochet, then I really recommend counting each stitches after every row just to make sure you haven't forgotten any stitches. Basically, you're going to continue this all the way. So you're going to chain 2 again and take your work from your right hand side to your left hand side like this, and then start doing the double crochet back loop only again. So 1, 2, 3, always on the 3rd stitch you're going to start the double crochet in the back loop, which is right here. And okay, so yarn over into the back loop, not both of them, but just the back. So basically you're going to continue this until this length right here becomes half the length of the measurements that we took at the beginning. So for me, my head was 22 inches, so I'm going to continue it until this length right here becomes 11 inches. Okay, so now that we've got 11 inches, we're going to turn it this side, flip it in half right here. And now we're going to do a slip stitch for this side and for this side. So this is where your last stitch was. You're going to insert your hook and bring your yarn over like this. So both rows we're going to be working in the back stitch. So you're going to insert your hook for the back stitch of this one, which is here, and the back stitch of this one, which is here. So you have 3 on your hook. You're You're going to yarn over, pull through, and since this is a slip stitch, you're just going to pull through all 3, just like that. Okay, and for the next stitch, we're going to do the same thing. So as you can see, we're going to be working in the back loop, so this one right here, and the back loop of this one, so that's right here. And then you're going to pull through all 3 of them, like this. Okay, hope that makes sense. So the back loop of this one, and then the back loop of this one. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook, just like that. Okay, you're going to continue all the way down, like this, and make sure to make it really loose. Like you don't want to make it too tight or else it's going to scrunch up. So just like that. Okay, so at your last stitch, you're going to do the slip stitch, and then once you're done, you're going to yarn over and just pull through the single loop that's left there, and then I already cut it, but you cut your yarn and then pull it through, tighten it up, and then you have a tail left. And then you should be done for this side. And now we're going to be working on the other side. Okay, unlike the side that we just worked on, this side doesn't have any yarn. So you're going to take a new strand and then do the same thing. So put your 2 fingers in, twist it, and then pull it through, just like that. And then you're going to tighten it a little bit. Make sure to keep a little space here so it's not too tight. Now you're going to start the same way on this side. So locate the first stitch on this one, which is right here, and this one right here. And we're going to be working on the back loops only. So that means, so we're going to insert our hook in the back loop of the first chain, the first stitch right here, and then the back loop of this side. That's going to be right here. Yarn over, pull through all 3, just like that. Then you're going to do the next stitch, the back loop only. So this is the back, and then for this one, the back is going to be this one right here. Yarn over, pull through all 3, like this, and make sure to make it loose. Again, slip stitch, and you're going to continue all the way down. Okay, so again, you're at your last stitch. You're going to pull through, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through the single loop that's on your hook, and then, oh, I already cut it again, but cut your yarn, then pull it through, and then you have a tail left. So now it's looking like a hat, but we have some tails left on the edges, so we're going to weave them in. In order to do that, you're going to need a yarn needle, which looks like this. Insert your yarn like this, and then there's no correct way to do it, but I just like to go like in and out, so like in, out, in, out, just like this a couple of times, doesn't really matter. And once you did like maybe 5 stitches of that, then I just like to go anywhere, just like this, and then pull it through, and then I'm gonna cut the edge of the yarn, cut it off, and then voila, it's all gone. Okay, so you're gonna do that with the leftover tails. Once you weave in all the ends, and it looks like this, I personally like to turn it inside out because right now the ears are pretty pointy, and I like to have a little more like rounder ears. So I'm gonna just like this, it's a little bit rounder, and then you're going to fold the brim like this, and then there you have it. This is your cat ear beanie.